Good afternoon, families. It is Friday, December 3rd, and it has been a long time since we've had a vlog buzz from our classroom. We've had our short week before Thanksgiving break, and it just seems like we haven't had a chance to kind of sit down and put this together, but now here I am coming to you. So, things that have been going on for the last week or so. We've been working and reading on our reading stamina, which is just how long we can sustain reading independently, rounding out words, using a whisper phone, which I'll grab. A whisper phone is something that I have made. It looks like this. It's a little cardboard phone, and you can talk and listen to it and hear yourself sounding words out, so all the students have their own. And then sitting down and reading with a partner, so your partner can ask questions about what you are reading to them out loud. So just kind of sitting distance apart from each other, and then reading as someone is then listening and then asking questions. So that's been going really well, and students have been enjoying it. It's been maybe once or twice a week that we might do that. In phonics, we've been working on letter L and letter T blends. So words like must and blend. And that actually has been probably the hardest work we've done so far in phonics, and the students have been doing just a phenomenal job not getting discouraged when we have longer work or it takes a little bit longer, which has been really nice to see. So that's been fantastic. In our SEL news, we've been talking about how do we identify the emotions of others, which ties into like responsibility and how our behavior and actions can affect other people. In math, we've been adding up to 10 to then add bigger and bigger numbers. So how many does 7, 8, or 9 need to make a group of 10, and then adding the remainder to make numbers that are like teen numbers, which is pretty exciting. In writing, we've been writing bigger and bigger books. This watermelon seed into a watermelon story. So we now have, most of the class is working on partner books, because as we were walking by a second grade classroom who were working on books in teams, they asked if they could try it, and they have, and it's been just phenomenal. So we're getting these huge 15 and 20-page books. Very exciting. In social studies, and just kind of to learn a little bit more about each other and our families and traditions, in the month of December, we are taking a trip around the world. All of our students have made a passport, and in their passport, this is mine, of course. So they have a self-portrait. They've got their name, their age, Lake Bluff School in Wisconsin. Today, on the 3rd of December, we went to Israel. We've been talking about, and I've read a few books about Hanukkah and the different celebrations that people that are Jewish might celebrate. And so we made a briefcase, and inside of our briefcase, we have some pretty awesome things. Like we have a map where today we identified, let me see if I can get it without the glare. We identified where on the map Jerusalem is, and then we flew there. It took about 20 hours. And then we went through and we made a page that looks like this. We got a stamp at the top that is a dreidel, and we learned and talked about some different traditions that people in Israel celebrate. Hanukkah, using a menorah, that sometimes there's an exchanging of gifts and singing songs, and latkes, which are potato pancakes, and just talked about some different traditions that people in other places celebrate. So we're going to be using our suitcase and our passport and our map, and we're going to be traveling to different places around the world that are representative of the students and the families we have in our classroom, and talking about how a lot of these traditions are unique and special to each and every family in our class, but a lot of them have similarities as well, whether that's special foods or celebrating with songs or music or candles or dancing or a certain time of the year or seeing relatives and family people. So as we do that, this will come home at the end of the month of December before winter break, so you get to see, and hopefully they'll be able to tell you about some things that we've learned, which is pretty awesome. Last but not least, first grade is holding a sock drive, brand new socks, of course, please, that we are going to talk about with kindness for our park value, and we're going to be having a drive for socks because we're going to be donating them to, I believe, a homeless shelter at the end of the month, which is something that I believe the other first grade teachers have done in the past. So I'm really excited, something new. So look for something to come home this next week in paper, just a little bit more about it, but I wanted to kind of give you the heads up. But otherwise, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're safe and healthy. enjoy the week, the weekend, especially because the weather has been kind of nice. Otherwise, I will see you next week for another Bombas Buzz.